Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar today on the topic of register my organization, get an OID. This webinar today is for people who are just starting to get into the Erasmus Plus world. So you have an organization, you belong to an institution, and whatnot. So there's a question to you. Think about this. If you have an organization, if you're involved in some activities at local level, would you like to get fund to apply your activities and work with the youngsters or with the adults which you're working with at local level, and maybe also collaborate with European partners? If your answer is yes, then I have another question to you. So now think about it. How can you do these activities which you're already implementing at local level and turn them into a learning experience? Now, would that be nice? Learning experience can mean that you're going to a study visit, for instance. Learning experience may mean that you're going to have trainings with other people. So all of this, if it includes learning, then it's a learning experience. It's a learning program, and it's very much within the program Erasmus Plus. So if those two words sound pretty cool to you, then let me explain it to you step by step how you could actually do that. My name is Mara. I'm the head of EU Training Academy, and I'm here with you today to explain you the very, very first step to apply for Erasmus Plus projects, which is registering your organization. So OID. OID is the shortcut for organization ID. So it's a number that you get after you register your organization into the central platforms from the European Commission. I will show it to you today. So let me share my screen. Let me put it all here. So you see it. So there is this platform called WebGate, WebGate EC Europa EU. So that's how the website is called. So this is the official website from the which was created by the European Commission, and here mostly is where everything happens. So when you come here, you're gonna explore this platform and you're gonna get familiar with it because you're gonna work with it many times. As you see, there is a tab here on the left side. So there is the main screen here. And then you can also change the platform into a language which is more convenient to you. For the sake of making it easier for us today, we're going to have it in English. So in order for you to apply for projects, you need to get this number. When we apply for projects, what we do is we apply to our national agencies. So each member state of the European Union has a national agency plus some countries which have a specific agreement with the European Union. You probably can relate it with Eurovision. You know, there are a lot of different countries which don't belong to the EU and they are still singing. So it's a bit it's these agreements which have been created. So there are also, just so you know, there are also other countries which can also apply fully for the program because they also have national agencies. By the way, if you would like to find out more about which opportunities there are, what the program can offer, we have podcast which is happening on, which we have been launching on Spotify, and this QR code here on this side, then you can see the QR code for the Spotify, social media, Instagram or Facebook. You can also get to the Spotify link pretty easy. If you cannot find it, just contact us. So here in the podcast, we have not only these tough topics of how to write projects, how to apply for projects, which are actually important, but we also have people who have been taking part in projects and who can tell you the experience they had, or people who have been studying abroad on Erasmus, people who have been doing internships. So there are a lot of different topics which are very much related to learning mobility, to what we do, basically. So if you're interested in the topic, go, you can learn a lot. The podcast was developed by us fully in a voluntary basis. So we have all the people in the company who are helping us running the Spotify podcast. So go listen to it, share it with your friends if somebody can take advantage of it. We believe that's public information the same way as this webinar. So we try to bring it to you so you can actually understand what there is and which advantage you can take of it. Okay? Good. So let's go back to registering our organization, shall we? So here there is the platform, and you're going to have to create an account. So that's a very important thing. So you create an account here, and then you need to log in. So that's the first step that you need to do. And then you register so that you can get this OID. So we're going to go here. So let's go register my organization. So just so you know, there is these tabs here, all of them, and I came here to organizations and now register my organization. Sometimes the platform gets a bit lazy or gets a bit confused. So let's help it a bit. So here you have the information of the prerequisites for organization registration. Why do I need to register my organization? What are the things that I need to register my organization? So if you read it, you'll also understand what is what. And then we're going to go and we're going to try to register our organization. So the first thing it asks us is to look if our organization already exists. So let's say you belong to an NGO and your NGO has a VAT number or it has a registration number. So you can use any of these numbers. You can also use the name of it. So let's just say that you call your organization Foundation Youth. Let's see if the Foundation Youth exists. Oh, there are some of them. Okay, so maybe let's go to Foundation Grow, Be Happy. So I don't want to find the results. I want actually, okay, so there are no organizations. This is what I wanted to do. Because you are not registered yet. So you're not going to find your organization. And this is what I wanted to show to you. So no organization found. We couldn't find our organization. So now we can register our organization. Remember, you can register your organization only if you are logged in into the account. So that's a very important thing. So as you see, I'm logged in as Youth Training Academy, and now I can register. And now this is what happens when I clicked on register my organization. And I'm going to have here different fields, which I need to fill now. So now I would write Foundation Youth. And then you go and you fill all these spaces here, the legal name, the legal status. If it's a small and medium enterprise, yes, you can have a small and medium enterprise applying for funds. The language which you work, the region, the VAT number, all of this information, which is the legal information of the organization, you're going to have to fill it here. If you don't know what is what, you can either switch to your mother tongue, so to the language that you can understand, and the things are called the same way as in your country. Or you can come here to these eyes, and these eyes, they will also tell you what information is what. So for instance, if you don't know what is the legal form, so you have here, the legal form is usually noted in the Registration Act statute of the organization. Be sure to select the country first to be able to see the appropriate legal forms. VAT number, it will explain you what it is. Registration number, it will explain you what it is, and so on and so forth. And then you're going to fill all of this. And then we're going to go next. So next we have the legal address. We can click here or we can click here. It's the same thing. So I'm going to click on legal address. And then you're going to fill the address of your organization. So street, city, email, a website, all this information. And then you're going to choose the contact person. So who is the person in contact with the national agency? Who is the person in contact with the partners? And I just want you to keep in mind that what you fill here stays registered at a central level. So that means that later when you want to write your project, you don't have to write all this information again, because by the moment that you enter your OID, this information will automatically appear in the platform, which is actually a good thing. You can change it later if you need, but just keep it in mind that the contact person should be the person who then will be in contact also with the partners if you come to a project at European level and you need to discuss settlements and you need to manage paperwork. So this is the contact person here who can be contacted from your organization in the parts of work related to European projects and the Erasmus Plus projects that you want to submit. Okay, so you fill all this information here, you fill all of that, all of that, all of that. You come, you choose where you're from, you put all this information, and then you go to users. Okay, so you fill all this information. In our case, it's not going to be filled because I'm not registering an organization at the moment. So you need to go and you need to put the real information here. And when it's filled, everything here will appear in green. So when all this part is filled, then this organizational data, it's not going to be with a red X, it's going to be with a green tick. Then when all the parts related to legal address are filled, then again, this is going to be in green. Then you're going to go to organizational contact person, and this is going to be in green. You also can see that some of the fields are obligatory, some of them are not. So you just need to fill the obligatory ones. The ones which are not, Remember, if you don't fill them, then the information doesn't appear in the application forms and in the e-forms online mostly. Yeah? So if I would have filled all of it, all of these would be in green, and then I would click submit. From the moment you click submit, you automatically have an OID. So it automatically appears here in a second. In your screen, there's going to appear your ID number is, and you're going to have it. So from that moment, you can start adding information to the application forms because you already have an OID. Without that, you cannot. So I cannot see it now, but I'm going to show it to you in a way that you can also see it with me. So let's search for EU Training Academy. Let me, yes, I want to leave the site. And let me show it now to you. So now when I'm going to put here EU Training Academy, it should appear in the result. Let's see. And there is also another information very important that I want to show with you, to share with you. So here it appears. You see, there is the information. This data is automatically entered because it's in the system already. So the information that was provided, it's here, and you have already an OID, so organization ID. So that is the number. This is our number for EU Training Academy. And now look at this. Now you have here waiting for the NA certification. So that means that the national agency has not certified our company yet. So you register. So remember, the first step is you come, you create an account. The second step is you go, you register your organization. You fill all the fields, you click submit. You have an OID. The number exists. It's only related to your organization. There is no second organization with the same number as yours. And then you're going to come here to see the status of your organization. So what happens mostly is that until your project actually gets assessed and accepted by the national agency to be given grant, the national agency is not going to come here because they don't need to come and certify all the organizations which register because some of them, they're not getting funds yet. So then what happens is that there's going to be a moment in which the national agency is going to come through this document, or you receive the fund, it's still waiting for the certification. Then you can contact the national agency and you can tell them, listen, I still need you to certify my OID. And then they come and they certify it, and it will change from orange to green. And then you know that everything is done. If something needs to be added because it's not there, then the national agency cannot certify it. And then they'll tell you about it. They'll tell you, listen, this document is missing, this information is missing, and then you have it. Sometimes there are the cases also in which you apply for a project as a partner. So let's say Spain has applied for the project, Poland is the partner, and they have waiting for NA certification. Sometimes also can happen that the partner from Spain will come and will tell you, so listen, Mara, our national agency has told us that you're still waiting for NA certification. So you need to change that. So then I know that this is the moment that I need to contact my national agency because our partners who already are about to receive the fund, they need to have this confirmation. And then that's all I do. I go, I look for the contact of my national agency in Poland. I contact them. I tell them, listen, I need to certify this. Can you please check if there is everything correct, or what could I change? And then they tell you what to change, and you correct it, and you have it green, and then you send it to the partner in Spain. Everybody's happy. Yeah, it's pretty simple. So there is one more thing I want to show you, which didn't appear in our case, but is going to appear when you go through all the information, which is the Files tab. So let me just switch now the account because I have to enter to a different account in which I have registered the organization, and I will show you what that tab is. Okay, so now I'm registered with the other account, and now you're going to have the full access of what you would have if you register for no ID with your own organization. So we're in the same place. So remember, you're gonna sign in with your account. You're gonna register your organization. So automatically, this organization is gonna be related to this account. So you can either choose the organization's email or your own email if you're the president or if you're the representative of the organization. That's an internal discussion that you have to have with your team. But remember that if you have used me, happy me, at gmail.com, and then you register your organization through me happy me, then you're going to have to always register, to always get in through me happy me, because then if you enter through EU Training Academy, this account is not going to be there and this organization is not going to be there. So that's something that you need to remember. Now, there are a set of documents that you need to upload also to the platform. And in this webinar's link, there's also going to be the list of documents that you need to download, to sign, or you need to take to the bank account, to the bank, so that your bank can confirm your bank account. So these are the list of documents which prove that your organization exists, that it has a bank account. So in case that there is the need to transfer money to your bank account, then we know that the account exists, and we know that the organization also is real. So let me show it to you now. So we're gonna go back. We are again in the WebGate website. We're gonna go to the menu on the left, and now I'm gonna go to My Organizations. So this means that all the organizations that I have registered under this email, they are here. Okay, I'm gonna go to this organization. So if you saw it, let me see. If you saw it, that is already NA certified. So that is in green here. Let me show it to you. Let's hope the platform works today so I can really show you. So I'm going to show you again from the beginning. You go to the WebGate website. You're going to go to, you need to check if you're logged in. And then you're going to go to organizations. I think the website had just kicked me out. So let me log in again. The website does not always work, unfortunately. Let me tell you, you need to learn how to cope with that. So there are my organizations here. And now we have two items found because there are two organizations. And then I'm going to go here and I have Ambassadors of Ideas, Ambassador de Pomesuf, and I have National Agency Certified. Okay, so I'm going to click on it so that you can also see the profile of the organization. And you see, this is what happens, and this is the panel you have. If everything there is to be filled, you have filled it. Okay, so I have, and so therefore I have all the information here. So let me close this automatically appears. And now you have again let me make it bigger for us to see. And now you have the same menu here that was before. So all of this is filled, as you see. And then you go here and you have users and then you have documents. So these documents you didn't have before. Okay. And here is where you can add documents. So there is a list of documents. This list of documents is going to be shared together with this webinar. So in the description of the webinar, there is the list of documents which you download. There is also the nomenclature so that you understand what is asked to be filled. And then once you have these documents filled, you come to the platform and you add the documents to the platform. So that everything is here and the national agency has access to all your information. Then you're going to have here, you're going to have to ask, so let me try to add. So you're going to have to choose a file, and then you're going to have to choose which, let me just make it just for the sake of trying it. Let me try to put a document here. Okay, I'm going to put this document. I'm not going to save it. And then you can choose which document type it is. The platform is really not working, so it's very difficult to show you. I'm going to try again. Okay, now it's working. But today the platform is really struggling. So you choose the file, you add the file, and then here you need to choose which kind of file that is. So there are files related to the registration of your organization, for instance. There are the financial ID and the bank account, so that you need to add for sure the financial ID and the bank account. It's going to be attached to the description of the webinar. The legal entity, if there are other documents that you want to add, you can also add, and if they're not listed here, you can just add other. The VAT extract, so all this information, you're going to put it here and then you're going to click on upload. I'm not going to do that because I don't need to upload more documents than there are already. And then when you come here, you're going to see, let me go back. When you come here, you're going to see the title of the document, how many versions were updated, who has added this document, when it was added, and the status, so if it was added. And then you have here, you can always download it if you don't know what that is, or you can add a new document version if it's needed. So here you're going to have a list of all the documents. So this is mostly what you need to upload: the private body, the legal entity, the bank account, And then if you want to add the status and all this information from the registration of the organization, you can. And voila, you got your OID number. It's here on the top. You have the data registered already. You have the documents added. You just need to go and look for projects. Thank you for your time. I wish you the best luck applying for projects. Let me just stop sharing so you see me. Good luck applying for projects. I really appreciate the time you took to come and join us in the webinar here. Remember, share it with your friends. Go check our podcast. We are on Facebook and Instagram. You can check it out, what we do. Join us and check the further webinars. Check our courses. And if you have any questions, just go and check all the information that is from our site online, or contact one of our team members and they will try to answer to your questions.